Total lunar eclipse 2022, between the late evening of May 15th and the early morning of May 16th, depending on your time zone. The full flower moon will enter Earth's shadow, causing a total lunar eclipse that will be visible from the majority of the Americas and Antarctica, as well as the western reaches of Europe and Africa and the eastern side of the Pacific. Sky watchers in New Zealand, Eastern Europe, and the Middle East will experience a penumbral eclipse, during which only the edge of Earth's shadow falls over the moon. The partial eclipse will begin on May 15th at 10:28 p.m. EDT, reaching its maximum on May 16th at 12:11 a.m. EDT. That total eclipse effect can give the moon a reddish hue known as a blood moon. It will conclude at 1:55 a.m. EDT. The penumbral eclipse will begin about an hour earlier and end about an hour after the partial eclipse. Lunar eclipses always happen during full moons. Full moons occur when the moon is on the opposite side of the Earth from the Sun. The Sun then illuminates the entire face of the moon as seen from the perspective of Earth. Because the moon's orbit is tilted about 5 degrees compared to the Earth's orbit, the moon usually avoids the Earth's shadow. A lunar eclipse occurs when it doesn't. There are 3 types of lunar eclipses: penumbral, partial, and total. In a penumbral eclipse, the moon passes through the outer part of the Earth's shadow, which is quite diffuse, so there's only a slight dimming of the surface of the moon. A partial eclipse is when part of the moon enters the Earth's darkest shadow, or the umbra, causing some of the moon to darken significantly. And a total eclipse, as one might have guessed, is when the entire moon enters the darkest part of Earth's shadow. A total eclipse will also include both penumbral and partial phases as the moon makes its way into the umbra. The upcoming lunar eclipse on May 15-16 will be a total lunar eclipse, although some locations will miss stages while the sun is above the horizon. During total lunar eclipses, the moon often appears blood red. This is because light from the sun refracts around the Earth as if the planet were a prism. The light waves are stretched out, so they appear on the redder side of the spectrum when they reach the moon. The color is also influenced by the condition of Earth's atmosphere. The moon can appear more orange or gold, depending on the amount of dust, cloud coverage, or volcanic ash there is in the air. Otherwise, the Earth cannot cast a shadow on the moon's surface and an eclipse cannot take place. When the sun, Earth, and moon come together in a straight line, a total lunar eclipse takes place. When the 3 bodies are aligned in a way that the moon is partly covered by the Earth's umbra, a partial lunar eclipse is the result. On the other hand, if only the outer part of Earth's shadow covers the moon, a penumbral lunar eclipse takes place. Earth's umbra extends into space far beyond the orbit of the moon. This means that Earth's antumbra plays no role in lunar eclipses. Even though Earth blocks sunlight from directly reaching the surface of the moon during a total lunar eclipse, the moon is still visible to the naked eye. This is because Earth's atmosphere bends sunlight and indirectly lights up the moon's surface. When sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere, it gets refracted towards the Earth's surface, and part of it, the colors with shorter wavelengths, get scattered and filtered out, while the rest, colors with longer wavelengths like orange and red, passes through the atmosphere. This light is once again refracted towards the surface of the fully eclipsed moon, thus illuminating it in a reddish-orange glow. Because of this, a total lunar eclipse is sometimes colloquially called a blood moon. If you missed this total lunar eclipse, don't worry, there's another happening later this year on November 8, 2022, that one will be visible across the Americas, Oceania, and Asia. If you liked the video, please share the same and do consider subscribing to our channel, Secrets of Space, for astronomy updates in future. Thank you for watching.